My name is Ken Marks, and I live in New York City, and I'm an actor. And I've been acting in New York since 1984. I have worked in in the theater and television and film, but mostly in theater. I've done 10 Broadway shows. You know, there's a real sense of history in Broadway. Marlon Brando, Spencer Tracy, Bogart, and James Cagney. These people back in the day before television, when film was still relatively new in the 20s and the 30s, Frederick March, these people made their lives on Broadway. That was their way to work as an actor. So it brings a sense of history that I'm walking the same streets, I'm playing in the same theater where Brando played, Streetcar. There's ghosts there. Undeniably, there's ghosts there, and you can sit backstage, and you can feel the history there, and that's very, very exciting for me. There are wonderful actors on Broadway who can't sing a note. There are wonderful dancers on Broadway who sing beautifully. And there are some dancers who don't sing so well, but can sing well enough so that they can be hired. There's no absolute requirement, because I certainly know plenty of actors who are in the plays who don't sing, don't dance. And I've known plenty of actors who don't sing and don't dance and have been in musicals. It certainly helps if you can dance and you can sing and you can do all that stuff. But nothing's required. Usually auditions start pretty small for Broadway. You'll go in and you'll meet the director, and maybe the choreographer's there, and the musical director. So you might sing a bit, read a little bit of the script with somebody who's hired absolutely just for reading, the reader. Then, if you're fortunate, you'll get a phone call, says they want to see you again. And you'll go back, and there's the director, and there's the choreographer and the musical director, and there's the assistant musical director this time. You do the scene, you might do the same scene you did before, you might sing the same song you do before. And, that's just an example of something that I've experienced personally. I've experienced all those people in the room, and I've also experienced a couple people in the room and getting a part that way. You never know. I mean, I've literally also been in that situation where you walk into an empty theater. You're standing on a Broadway stage and you're talking to somebody that you cannot see in the dark. And we don't see anything, and you hear, "Thank you, Ken, great." A disembodied voice, and you walk into the wings, and that's it. I mean, I've had those experiences too, even though you're like, wait a minute, I've seen this in movies. Am I really gonna be walking out there and doing this thing? But it does happen, absolutely. The longest running play I've done is 3.5 years on a musical called Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. In a way, doing a show for 3.5 years isn't that much different from doing a show for 8 months or a year or whatever, because yes, you do have to psychologically prepare, but as an actor, it's kind of what we are trained to do. It was very episodic. There were very small, short scenes, and however you needed to do it, you needed to find a way to make it fresh for yourself every time. And I take pride in that, and I'm satisfied with still trying to figure it out, still trying to get better, still trying to communicate something. I probably know some actors who've done that kind of work, things that run forever, like Phantom of the Opera or Lion King. And I know people who have been, and Cats and things like that. Oh, he started as this cat, and then as he aged, at the end he was playing the old cat. When you're in a play like that, you can say, oh, my favorite moment is when I'm doing the work. There have been other times when my favorite moment is playing cribbage a half an hour before the show starts with a friend. But if that's really the best part of the event, you're kind of not too happy about it. You don't want the best part of your experience to be before and after. You know, you really want it to be the time that you're spending on stage, and usually you can find that unless the production is quite troubled or whatever. So, yeah.